Hi guys, it's Jen and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a first impression on the L'Oreal Infallible Total Coverage Foundation. And this is what it looks like. I am in the shade 303. It actually is a good color match. In the store that I got this was Walgreens. I got it for $12.99 and they only had 8 shades. I think 8 shades. It was either 8 or 12 in the Walgreens that I was at, so I'm not 100% sure. I will put it here on the screen. This is supposed to be a weightless full coverage foundation. It is supposed to be a natural finish, lasts 24 hours, high coverage, and it is supposed to be lightweight. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into the demo of me putting it on. I am going to first apply my Lorac Pore Perfecting Mattifying Primer to my face, just because I don't know how this foundation is going to do, and I'm just going to prime one side of my face. That way I can kind of see if this foundation does good on its own or if it doesn't. So we'll just go ahead and put a little bit of this in the back of my hand and do one side of my face. I really love that primer, so I'm going to go ahead and press it in. So I got that much right there, and I'm going to go in with a buffing brush, and this is from It Cosmetics. This is the buffing brush, or airbrush buffing foundation brush. And so I'm just going to put some on there, and I'm going to go on this side of my face first. That's what it's looking like compared to this side. I mean, it has pretty decent coverage. I'm not really seeing, I know a lot of people are saying they were seeing like splotchiness. I'm not really seeing that. Or patchiness. Wait a minute, I kind of see it right there. I don't know if you guys can really see that. Right there, there's a little bit of patchiness. And I don't understand why. Maybe that's just my skin. Or maybe that's because that's where I directly applied it first. I don't know. So let's move all this hair out of the way. And now I'm going to go into the other side over here. I've still got quite a bit on the back of my hand. So I'm just going to kind of, I don't know, like pat it in maybe? No.
Circular buffing motions.
So I'm gonna go in again. I don't want to take too much. So I'm gonna go in with that much more. That could be way too much. I don't know, but I'm gonna go back on this side of my face. This side over here with the primer, it actually covered really well, so I don't know if it was because I had a primer on or what, but that's what it's looking like. So I'm gonna kind of do that same patting motion and then start buffing. Alright guys, so here is my makeup all on, and I have to say that this foundation is not my favorite, but it's not the worst foundation I've ever tried. I actually like this, but I'm not in love with this foundation. For all of the claims, I do feel like it kind of gives you a natural finish. There's a lot of texture on the face. I don't know if it lasts 24 hours, and it is a high coverage foundation, but you have to build it up to be high coverage. I think 2 layers definitely gave me a good amount of coverage for it to be a full coverage foundation. Now, it does feel good on the skin. I have not, I didn't set it like I said, and I think for $12.99, I feel like that's a bit expensive for a foundation in the drugstore. Like, why are drugstore foundations like banging up those prices? That just doesn't make sense to me. Like, your drugstore, you're not supposed to be like $12.99 for an ounce of foundation. Like, come on. But I get it, the drugstore, they want to step up their game, they want to raise those prices. So yeah, I like this foundation. I feel like it is definitely a foundation for oily skin people, and I think it's going to be a good summertime foundation, but for wintertime, this is not my cup of tea. I'm going to stick to something more dewy, more luminous, but I am going to be testing this foundation out. I'm going to try to put some other, like, mix in with other foundations, and I'll let you guys know if I really like this. If it ends up in my January favorites and everything else like that, then you guys will know that this was one bomb foundation. But for right now, it's just kind of, I like it, I don't love it, but I do think that this is something I would like during the summer. So yeah, that is the end of this video. If you guys want to check out any of my other videos, there will be a card up here, and I'll link some in the description box for you. And if you guys want to check out my last video kind of explaining what has been going on with me, then you guys can check that video out. Like I said, I'll have linked down below and in the card, and just kind of tells you what has happened in my life and where I've been and everything else like that. So thank you guys so much for supporting me, and until next time, bye guys.